Yes, mates, how's it going? My name's Lee. Today we're going to be going through my final team for game week 17. It's 99% locked in now. There's a few changes from last time, so check out my team from the other day. You kind of see the reason why I've changed a few things. But yeah, like I said, it is mostly locked in now, so if it's the kind of thing you're into, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and leave a comment down below. Let's rock and roll. Right, mates, first up we've got the goalkeeper and the defence. Exactly the same from last time, so if you haven't seen it, please do check out my previous video. I go through the reasons why, but I'll kind of go through it real quick. Kepa's cheap as chips. He plays for Chelsea. He's got a double coming up. James, great value, a great attacking fullback. We all know what he can do. Hopefully he's fully fit, and he's one of the doubts about the team. If there is any concerns that do come out, like he will come out for a Luke Shaw, maybe something like that. Cheap as anything, really good value. Cancelo plays for Man City. Keep clean sheets, great attacking threat, and Trippy has been Trippy like he has been all season long. In the bottom right, you can see there that these are some alternative players that I'm worried about not owning, basically. I don't have Salah on the team, don't have Kulu, don't have Trossard. They're the three main players that I'm concerned about not owning for this upcoming game week and for the next 2 or 3 game weeks or so. They could really hurt me, but I feel like I've got some players in there and I've got some transfer strategies to maybe try and combat that. I just don't know if it's going to work or not, basically. So my team is worth 100.7 mil. I've got 2.5 left in the bank. Gives me a ton of leeway to try and do different things. Players can be downgraded, upgraded, so on and so forth. Yeah, pretty standard defense from what I've seen. I think this is about as template as you can get, but I really like it. It's solid. And I've got a player on the bench as well that can kind of come in and out, that can rotate through as well. Yeah. What do you think about my defense? Let me know. Next up, the defense, and once again, there's a familiar face in Marcus Rashford. He's an absolute monster at the minute. He's so on form, and I needed a part of that. Like I needed a part of that Man United pie. And being from my boys, like I can't not be a part of that. Representing United stand as well. Love a bit of Goldbridge. What a bloke. But this time I've kept Martinelli. I thought about it, and I don't necessarily want him, but I've got so much value tied up in him, and he's a great attacking threat. And I still see Arsenal as a kind of outside top 4 team, but maybe I need to give them some more recognition and realise that they are top of the league. They will be competing. They're stronger defensive than people give them credit for, and he's a huge part of their attack. And I've heard Arteta come out and actually say that he might actually be played as a centre forward at times. You might see Smith Rowe come out wide and Martinelli get pushed inside, maybe late in games when Nketiah gets taken off, or maybe even starts that way. So I do think it's a really good option now, and I've thought about it, and I do think it's the right one to go for. KDB, he just looked quality the other night, and maybe that swayed it too much. I'm not really sure. I really wanted him. Someone sent me a message on the last video asking if I'm sure about only having one premium, and I was just like, no, I'm not, mate. And that got me thinking, like, why am I not happy about not owning more than one premium? And it just gives you so much more flexibility when you do have that premium, because you can go down to anybody. And I like having that KDB, being able to drop down to someone like a Salah or a Son. Whereas if I start lower, max out my budget, then it's it's 2 transfers to get up. I like it this way. It's nice, and it doesn't give me many more captain options as opposed to Haaland, but I'm okay with that, because I'm going to captain Haaland 99% of the time anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. And then I've got Miguel. He crushed me at the end of the first section of the season up until game week 16. I can't not have him, and it's really difficult to kind of maneuver around him. Really budget player, really good player as well. I think he's one of the ones where people have got this bad perception of him. I think he's quite a poor footballer. He's not. He's a completely different player now. Really direct, gets shots away, really fast, really energetic, and he played to his strengths. I think he'll continue in his good form. I don't think he'll score as many goals, but I think he'll be involved a lot more in the play. I think he will get goals. I think he'll still get assists, and I think you need him. I think you really need him. And I've got a player on the bench as well that can rotate with him as well, so it's not all at the end of the world. I think I'm making a mistake not having Salah over KDB. You let me know. Last but not least, main man Haaland, standard. Everybody's got him. If you haven't got him, what you doing? Darwin, I kept him in. That's the reason why I've not gone for Salah. Darwin's stats are ridiculous. I still like him as an option. I think he will. I'm not convinced he's going to play number 9. I think Firmino might come in, but I think he's a really good option, and I think he will be involved in the goal some way or another. Like the other day, where up against it, he could have took a shot and he laid it off to Salah instead. He had numerous one-on-ones and missed them. I think he will catch up with his XG. I know it's a bit of a punt, or not so much a punt, but like a bit of a guesswork. But I think he's a good option. I like him, and Villa won't have Emi Martinez. They'll be playing Olsen in goal, and I think he might exploit that a little bit. He likes to get shots away early, and I think he might cause the keeper some issues with that. And then Martial, he's basically my answer to not having Bruno. I wanted 2 United boys. I really wanted Bruno, and I just can't fit him in with this format with the players I've got. I'd have to drop down armour onto someone to be able to upgrade somebody else, and it just doesn't seem worth it to me. Martial's a beast when he's fit. Just his legs are made of breadsticks, and he just, yeah, is a bit of a 3-week punt essentially. If he doesn't work out, if he gets injured, I can easily go to Mitrovic, no problem at all. If he managed 2 games, gets to game week 19, there's always someone like Danny Ings who's got really nice games after that. And if not Danny Ings, then there's always some players like Nketiah, depending on the fitness of Jesus. And then I can maybe jiggle some things around to be able to get Kulusevski in for his double. I can work Salah in somehow. Like, I've considered taking KDB down to Son for that 1 game week, and then when they've both got the doubles in 21, I believe, I can upgrade Rashford when they've got a tough game, game week 20. I can upgrade Rashford back up to Foden. So now I've got Son and Foden in there. And then I can do something with the front line as well. Like, I can move things around there. So it does give me a lot of flexibility, I think, of that premium, mid-price and budget striker, essentially. And bench is pretty standard nowadays. Danny Ward comes in for Kappa in game week 20, or went up against Brighton, I think. It might be 21. Can't think off the top of my head. He's only going to play for one of the 1 game week in the next 5, potentially 2. Andreas Pereira is there because I'm not convinced about the fitness of Mitrovic, and I initially had Mitrovic, but I'm like, why kind of have a player in when I'm not convinced about the fitness? Andreas is matching Mitrovic's points for the most part. If Mitrovic is scoring the goals, Andreas is assisting them. I think when Mitrovic isn't playing, Andreas is taking the pens as well. He's on a lot of set pieces, he's always involved, and I think he's the best budget midfielder to have. Probably the best budget player in the game, to be fair to him. Ben White, like I said before, I think Arsenal defence is massively underrated. They will keep clean sheets. He's solid. He's only valued at 4.7 mil, and I think he's a really good option to kind of rotate through my backline when Trips has got a tough game up against Arsenal themselves. I could always play White then. James is playing Liverpool at some point. He can come in for them as well, and they do double in 23, I believe, so he's always got that as well. And Bueno, spoke about him last time, I won't speak about it again. 3.9 mil, plays, boom, easy, next. In a bit, boom. That's my team. Let me know what you think. Am I missing anybody? Right, mates, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. So today we went through my final selection for game week 17. Like I said, I'm about 99% locked in here now. If you think I'm missing anybody, let me know down below if you think I am. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, all that jazz. Merry Christmas. Boom, boom, boom. Peace and love. Have a bit of that, mates. Goodbye.